Hello to my Virgos. This is Queen Amon coming to you with your general reading, Virgos. Happy holidays for those of you all who celebrate the holidays. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. All right, let's get it. All right, this reading is going to take us into the full moon of December. I am my only competition. That's it. I am. And my only competition. That's it. Source inside of you. You are God in human form. When you're going within, you're going for your answers. So you're your only competition. You see somebody else's competition, then you already lost. You already lost if you see somebody else's competition. That's what going within and praying for. Yeah, that's what going in and praying to source for. You're your only competition. Whatever it is. It don't matter what it is. It's just you versus you. That's it. That's it and that's all. From the first house to the, because I am is Aries, right? And I believe it's Pisces. That's from the first house to the last house. That you are source, you are responsible for what's going on. Like you're learning how to attract what you want. Who, what, when, where, why, whatever it is that you want, right? Not looking outside of yourself. I see somebody getting married. Congratulations to you. Married in business and or in love. So congratulations to you. If you don't want to get married romantically, it could be married in business. Yeah, something is closed out. Somebody had a feeling that something was closed out. Something is done, right? Yeah, you had a feeling about something. Here's the Four of Pentacles. This is a challenge here. For a challenge may have been a Capricorn, just being more conservative with your time. Yeah, somebody could be a current situation here is, as far as you're concerned, something around marriage, whether it's in business and or in love, because it's an institute, right? Institute of marriage, right? Where you could have been in a situation where people just kind of sort of wanted you to be a certain way, but they wanted to be the light to your darkness, almost like they seem like they complete you. And I'm not against marriage at all, in business or in love. But whoever you were with in the past may have, they were your shadow. They wanted, this is part in terms of relationships. Libra rules 7th house. You could have felt like something was really, really unfair. Why do you always have to get the short end of the stick? Why do you always have to be the dark entity in a relationship where somebody else is being shown as the light? That is not balanced. So somebody thought that you were on some kind of a high horse, basically like, okay, why does, you know, your spouse get to keep cheating and messing around and playing games and being stupid out here, but it lets you do it? Then they sliding down the side of a wall contemplating the end. Like, what? Where make it make sense? Like, who wrote those rules? So source is saying to you, you're being conservative. A challenge is you being conservative with your time, because this is what we talking about, prayers. This is where we're talking about prayers, your prayer life, right? This is where you're saying to source, hey, you want somebody who's just, if you want to be married in business and or in love, you want somebody who is just as balanced out as you are. They not judging you from your past. Y'all start from the beginning, right here. Y'all start from the beginning. The past is over. It's out. It's kaput. It's a done deal, right? You're your only competition. So that's where somebody could be in their, yeah, you're not overwhelmed by whatever. People linking up with people and who cares? Anyway, yeah. People hold you in very high regard. They see you as a person who is, you know, quite resourceful, that you've gone down a rabbit hole. You know, like Alice in Wonderland, well, the story is Alice in Wonderland. But people saw you as going down this rabbit hole of things, and something has just been a nightmare for you, right? This is where you start praying. This is where you be more intentional about what you're praying for. Very, very specific. Take all the other past people out, because water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it, meaning that the people that you could have moved on from, y'all could have been from the same geographical location. Their whole idea of marriage could be significantly different than what you want for yourself. So you're being conservative with your time, right? You're being conservative with your time and being conservative with your money. Like I said, people hold you in high regard. There'll be people who are very attracted to your energy, whether it's just how you look, or some people are just attracted to your energy. And so what you want is going to come right through your door. But again, this is where you're going to have to go into prayer mode. 4 is the polarity to 7. So yeah, somebody from your past really try to take something from you thinking that you was going to come back. Good luck with that. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. They can forget it. Because you want to be married to somebody who is whole and complete, just like you are. That if you did the same thing to them, they wouldn't be sliding down the side of a wall. Oh God, I can't believe you did. Oh no. All of this craziness, chaos, confusion, and drama. No. They treat you the same way you would treat them. Yeah. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You're feeling quite fortunate. And you feel fulfilled. Yeah. And somebody will be lucky to have you. They'll be lucky to have you in business and or in love. Because if you're going into a situation where a person has to constantly pull out your dark side, like they are your better half, wrong, big X over that. Nope. That's how they was raised. As far as you're concerned, that's not how you was raised. That's into that. Because if you do that to somebody, guess what? You already know what the outcome is going to be. That's why you want somebody who is fulfilled already. You already know what the outcome is going to be. You coming in bringing in their dark past and all this, guess what? They already fulfilled. You overstepped the boundary. Don't even go to linking up with somebody like that. So you hold somebody in high regard, they hold you in high regard. I mean, it's same. You want the same thing. They being conservative with their time, you're being conservative with your time. We're starting out with water, which is reflective, right? So how you want to marry somebody and then make them the dark entity in the situation? Like, what? And still be held in high regard. So what you're trying to tell somebody is, I do see you getting married to somebody, but what happened to you and possibly somebody else is that people made them the dark entity in the relationship in some way, shape, or fashion. So you're on top of something. So you feel fulfilled. Yeah, you're getting some rest. You're getting some rest. Right? So somebody could be keeping a Capricorn close to them. Or somebody could be keeping memories of a Capricorn, like pictures, because this is reflective. Somebody could be keeping a Capricorn close to them, or keeping something close to the cup, because Capricorn rules 10th house, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a Capricorn. Capricorn rules 10th house. This person right here could also be on the cusp, because this is earth energy here, Queen of Pentacles, right? But someone who is Queen of King or Queen, right? Because it's genderless, of resources, right? So somebody's getting some rest. Yeah. You're in a very vulnerable position right now. The Tower moment. You're in a very vulnerable position right now. But, yeah. Yeah. Something was done behind an air sign's back to bring a tower down on somebody, right? Something was brought, by a family. A family wanted to bring tower down on an air sign, right? So something was done behind their back to enlighten people. Again, this is just as out of balance as it is. That's not how you balance somebody. You got to balance out within first and foremost. That's why you said you're your only competition, because you got to balance out within. Like basically look at a mirror at yourself. Like, okay, look at yourself, right? So somebody didn't want to look at themselves. That's why they have to physically keep somebody close to them, because they feel like, okay, they don't want to look at themselves. Somebody don't want to look at themselves. So whoever you are, like I said before, whatever your belief system is, yeah. I just feel like looking at the cards here, you got a circle of people around you who do a lot of talking about something. They talk about marriage, but they like to say, this is my better half. Because I'm saying they're in shadow marriages. Like they're in open enemy relationships. Somebody could be around it. You could have left. See, this person on this horse is galloping away. You could have left some people who like to talk negatively about their spouse. Right in front of people. Like right in the circle of people. Like they like to in that circle. That would have looked bad. Like, like being condescending to a person. And you all are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is currently retrograde. They'd be like, I don't like that. That's a new wig on somebody. Like, we'll say that in front of a circle of people, or like, oh, this person, they gained a little bit too much weight. They know I don't like them at that side. Like somebody controlling somebody. Nuh-uh. Nope. Nope. So, yeah. So you are enlightened. You are enlightened. Yeah. You're keeping it high vibrational. This raven right here, you have full knowledge. That's why you see this owl right here. So you're sitting on the ledge. You got full knowledge of something. And this raven right here is just like basically like you can see through that veil. You can see when something is about to end. Once somebody starts this is my better half. You're like, okay, well, when does that person get a chance to rest? They must be exhausted always being the better half. And some people look like they just completely just aged in relationships. They just, no. I see you being married to somebody who is balanced out, complete. They're taking good memories with them. People hold them in high regard. People hold you in high regard. And marriage, again, is not just, you're not bringing up their past. They're not bringing up your past. None of that stuff. It's like, it's the past. It's in the past. They want to be married to your past. Let them go back over there then. That's what I'm seeing for you. And I see you thriving behind closed doors. That's the outcome. Thriving. Yeah. There it is. Start thriving. Something is over. You're not dead. You're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity. You're on the rebirth side. You're a star. You're a star amongst your friends, but people have demonized those people, right? Try to, open enemies. Somebody's whole mindset has changed. Somebody was thinking that, like, the institute of marriage. Like somebody felt like, okay, they were institutionalized in marriage when it doesn't have to be that way. It really, really doesn't have to be that way. You hear people saying they have bi-coastal relationships. They have this, and you see how people attack them online. You see how people attack people online. Oh my God, they sleep in separate beds. They just, that could be their agreement. That could be their agreement. Yeah. So somebody is a very nurturing spirit here. Somebody is creating a very nurturing, environment, because you're thinking about the kids. You don't want to, like, if you have to be in two separate spaces, you don't want your kids, like, hearing all kinds of, having grown up having all these nightmares, people arguing and screaming and fighting and all that craziness. So, yeah, you're your only competition. Yeah. So, somebody is, something about what you're talking about. Find out where, Virgo's rule 6th house. Yeah, so somebody is really, really a teacher. Somebody is really, really a teacher, so. Yeah, somebody could be saying that somebody is on a high horse. Somebody could have been saying that you're on a high horse. Like, that's why they're keeping somebody away from you, because you have lofty expectations of marriage, right? When you know what you want. It's not that you're against marriage. You just know what you want, and you've been lied to so many times. Oh yeah, we're equal. But as soon as people get around their circle of friends, guess what they do? Try to humiliate you. And something for you, this is why something has ended, because you know that somebody did something to humiliate you and humiliate somebody else. So that's why it's over. It is. Whole new contract written. Seeing expansion here. Seeing some kind of an expansion here. So it looks like somebody kept something of value from you. Somebody kept something of value from you, whoever you are. As far as marriage is concerned, it could be your kids that they kept from you because they felt like, okay, well, my circle of friends, this is how we do marriage, and you're supposed to just fall right in line. Somebody kept a lot of secrets from you. Whoever you are, they kept a lot of secrets. They kept what associations or organizations that they're with. Like a lot of stuff you had to find out after the fact. That is not no. You can go ahead and get some rest. Somebody kept so much stuff, like you had to find out after the fact who they were affiliated with, who they were associated with, even though it looks like you could have asked questions up front. Where do you work? Who are your friends? Somebody does everything in secret. Somebody does everything in secret. So, yeah. And hermits would know this. Like people who are hermits, people who are, you know, kind of like homebodies, go into communion with themselves. Like all of a sudden you see in a circle of friends, you're like, where these people come from? Like I didn't even know you knew all of these people. Like all of a sudden. Nah. Nope. So somebody feels some kind of way. They know now that something is over. Now somebody knows that something is over as far as they're concerned. Yeah, accelerated motion. You're staying focused. You're seeing these karmic couples. Somebody needs to be and again, like if this is what somebody signed up for, what they agreed to, that's one thing. Nobody's judging anybody's relationship because we're talking about 8 here, which could be judgment. Nobody's judging anybody's relationship. But if you're a person that's if you're somewhere else where all this stuff can be out front, right here, right up front, right here in the contract. Like basically somebody didn't tell somebody something, that would be the grounds for moving on. Somebody didn't tell somebody something. Somebody didn't tell somebody that they were, yeah. It's a whole lot. It's like 7 secrets, 7 different secrets somebody didn't tell somebody about. So it's a lot to your reading. It's a lot to your reading. But again, if you're going into something, you better tell you're talking about marrying somebody, you better tell them up front what is going on. If you know, they should know. If you know, they should know. It's one thing if you don't know, that's different. But if you know, they should know. All right. Somebody could be dealing with an Aries because that connects us with the color red when we talk about that somebody could have analyzed somebody. You know, somebody could have Aries. This connects us with Aries too. Somebody could have a moon in Aries because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Somebody could feel like why they're keeping somebody so close to somebody because people hold you in high regard. Somebody could have an anger management problem, like an anger issue somewhere. Something that's going on. Somebody could be really angry and just it can like build up. When it comes to Mars, Mars is the sexuality planet. It's the masculine energy. It's the energy planet actually, but it deals with sexuality. It's a sexual planet. It's a wherever you put your energy. It's a planet of assertion. But somebody feels like something is their way or the highway when it comes to marriage, and that's not a. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So somebody is 6 and 5 is 11. Somebody is going back to something to rewrite something. Yeah. And somebody is mad, child. They are mad. An agreement whether you were married in business. And when I say marriage, I'm talking about marriage in business and or in love. Just so we're crystal clear. Wherever you may have been, you may have felt like you were a prisoner of that. Like you were institutionalized. Like what the heck? And now that somebody has moved on from something, you're seeing something through a different lens. You're just saying, wow, okay. And so now somebody is going back to rewrite a contract that's going to be peaceful for someone, right? Somebody is now going back to write a contract which is peaceful for someone, for you or someone else to get in and finally giving some rest, giving something a rest. Because, yeah, once a person moves on and they realize, okay, there was just way too many secrets that somebody were aware of. And some examples of that would be like, if somebody is a part of a fraternity or sorority, or if they're part of a secret society, or if they're part of, and this would have been, they were already in it before they got married. Like if they were already a part of something before they got married, right? When you're talking about something you joined afterwards that your person would know about, like, okay, well, what are you going to meetings about, whatever, what is that? that kind of stuff, where they could go together. Somebody didn't know a whole lot about what somebody was into before they got married to somebody. This could have been you. So many secrets. Everything was just shifty-eyed and just kind of like not knowing this and not, who in the world want to deal with that? You at least want to know who you sleeping with. You want to know something. Everything after the fact. And then somebody turn out to, like I said, looking at the cards here, you end up in court with somebody and don't even realize they're an open enemy because they got the whole circle of people behind them supporting them. And you didn't realize, okay, guys, you married to somebody who sees you, they on a child. And who has this kind of, that's what I'm saying for you all. Yeah. You're focused. You're laser focused. Laser focused. Somebody is now going back through old pictures and starting to see something that you just did not feel nurtured. You or your inner child did not feel nurtured in a marriage. That's what this is. You didn't feel nurtured in a marriage. I think a lot more people looking at the cards would stay married if they knew stuff up front. Because a lot of people are not against marriage. Who wouldn't want to walk this life with their person? But you got all these secrets, like, and people got to find out something. It's going to fizzle out real fast. Where the heck did all these people come from? So that's why somebody is so, that's why somebody keeps somebody close to them, because they're just like, okay, you know, they got to find out all these secrets. Like, who in the world? That's what I have for you. Anyway, happy holidays if you celebrate the holidays. Happy holidays. Yeah, something is closed out because it's overwhelming. It's successful. Yeah. That's what I have for you. Bye.